concept that I want to explain to you. Justice. This is what your sense of justice is. It's based upon your experiences. Okay? It's also based upon your beliefs. And it's based upon what others have told you. And this is throughout your entire life. So if you're 40 years old, that's 40 years of beliefs that you have, experiences that you have, and what other people have told you. But what justice really is this. And there's some commonality between your beliefs of what justice is and what justice really is. That's why you came to my office, because you needed an attorney to get real justice for you.
Yes.
Now, real justice is based upon laws passed by the state and the federal government. It's also based upon appellate cases and Supreme Court cases. It's also based upon court rules, and it's also based upon the interpretation of those rules and cases by judges. So all of this fills this circle. Notice that only part of real justice compares to what you believe justice is. And all the rest of this, your beliefs, are not real justice. And the problem is that when we do your case for you, we're going to be trying to deal in this circle what real justice is, not what you believe it to be. And when we proceed in your case against the county, and against the sheriffs, and against the social worker, we're going to be dealing with this,
Right.
not with this.
Right.
Okay? But it's going to be hard for you during the case to deal with this. And I'm going to give you a real example that happened today.
That's fine. Let me get, so this is more personal, more biased. This is more scientific and concrete.
Yes.
Basically what you're saying. Okay?
So,
Understand that.
but here's what I want to tell you. This is a real thing that happened today. A woman called me today and asked me, will you take my case? And my reply was, well, I thought you had an attorney. As a matter of fact, the person that you have is a very good attorney. I know him. She said, well, he's not my attorney anymore. And he made a motion to get off of my case, and the judge just granted it today. I said, well, why did he ask to get off your case? And she told me honestly, she said, well, my strategy is different from the attorney's strategy.
Okay.
And I said to her, well, he's the attorney, why aren't you listening to him? And her response was, I just feel that this is the justice or what I want in the case. The problem is what she really wants in the case is not supported
Right.
by the law. So, of course, I talked to her for a few minutes and I said, look, I'm really hesitant about taking your case because if he had a problem with you and, trying to explain
Right.
what justice is, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to have the
Exactly.
same problem. So I told her, you know what, I have to think about it and I'll meet with you, call and make an appointment for, next week. Today's Friday, so she's going to call and make an appointment. But that's what I want you to understand before we launch off into your case.
Yeah.
Justice is not what you think.
Yeah.
And I understand that you believe that the social worker, the county, and the sheriffs have done you and your family wrong. And I agree,
Yeah.
they did. But to the extent of, you may think the case is this big, and I may think that the case is only this big. All right? So it's going to be a benefit to me to maximize your case value, because we're going to be charging you a contingency fee, right? So if I tell you, no, I only think the case is worth this, not this, I'm not telling you that to BS you. I'm just being honest with you about what real justice is versus what you think justice is.
Right.
You follow me?
Absolutely. You brought this up before.
Okay,
And I thought about it for months and months.
perfect.
And your question, do you want to be right or do you want to win?
Well, that's interesting that you bring that up and that you remember that.
I
from-
never forgot it because
Okay.
I thought in my life I've never done anything where I wanted to lose.
Okay. So, since she's videotaping this, I'm going to go over that again. You know, one thing that I ask clients all the time, do you want to be right or do you want to win? They're two different things.
Absolutely.
You're coming to me, I hope, because you want to win. Because when you want to be right, you start doing things that, in my opinion, devalue and deminimizes your case. Okay, this is not a case about changing the laws in California. That's not what it's about. It's a case where you've been wronged and that you want to collect compensation for the wrongs that people have done to you. We probably do not have the power to put these people in jail. We do not have the power to make these people lose their jobs. That would be real justice, I agree. But we're not talking about real justice in the sense of our gut level feelings. We're talking about real justice in the sense of the law. So I always tell people, and I always want to tell people, there's a big difference between being right and winning. We want to win.